Citation Statistics Politics. This is a Stats MR returning with another presentation to sleep through. For today's video, I'll be doing 1 hour of Sporcle Geography Quizzes. These will involve some logic quizzes, and then some paint the consonant quizzes, and then some other quizzes in the Americas. And the logic quiz will be related to Asia, and then one in South America. So, anyways, let's start with the quizzes. Okay, so the first quiz will be countries of Asia logic puzzle. So they'll provide hints. We have to put the right country in the correct cell. So let's begin. Okay, column 5, countries start with a vowel. Okay, row E has all island countries. The 3 countries adjacent to E5 border the Persian Gulf. Okay, so a country that starts with a vowel that's also an island country is Indonesia. D-O-N-E-S-I-A. Okay, now, staying with this hint, 3 countries adjacent to E5 border the Persian Gulf. Okay, so Bahrain is an island that borders the Persian Gulf, so we'll guess Bahrain for E4. Bahrain. Okay. Capitals of column 1 countries start with the letter B except for D1. Malaysia is not in this quiz. Okay. So, for an island country that has a capital that starts with B, well, Philippines' capital is Manila, so that's out. Japan's capital is Tokyo, that's out. Taiwan's capital is Taipei, that's out. Maldives' capital is Malé. It begins with an M, I think, so that's out. Now, Brunei is on the capital, or is on the island of Borneo, and that begins with a B. So for E1, I'm going to guess Brunei. Okay, second most populous country in Asia is D3, so that would be India. Column 3 countries border China except E3. Okay. Now, what is another country that borders the Persian Gulf that starts with a vowel? So, let's see, that could be Iran. Iraq, I think, also borders the Persian Gulf. And there's the United Arab Emirates. Can't really do anything yet because there's too many questions or too many possibilities. Okay. Let's hear what else. Capitals in column 1 countries. Okay, well, let's look at this hint in E5. Countries adjacent to A1 border a sea that connects to the Atlantic Ocean, so the Black or Mediterranean Seas. And let's see here, capitals in column 1 countries start with the letter B. So, Lebanon's capital is Beirut, and it borders the Mediterranean, so for B1 I'm going to guess Lebanon. Alright. All countries adjacent to E1 border the Bay of Bengal. All countries in row C are landlocked. So, a landlocked country, well, that could be Uzbekistan or Afghanistan. I can't really guess for C5 yet. Okay. Let's see, what's another country that... Okay. let's see, in all the countries adjacent to E1 border the Bay of Bengal. So if it borders the Bay of Bengal and also an eyes of the Bay of Bengal, that's India, that's Sri Lanka. Now Sri Lanka's an island and borders the Bay of Bengal, so I'm going to guess Sri Lanka for E2. Now, what's another country? Okay. The countries adjacent to A5 border the Caspian Sea. Alright, so a country that borders the Caspian Sea that begins with a vowel. That would be Iran. Of course, that could also be Azerbaijan. Let's see. I can't be guessing. Okay, well, let's look at C1. So a landlocked country that has B as its capital, whose capital starts with B. So that wouldn't be Afghanistan, that wouldn't be Mongolia. Landlocked country. That wouldn't be Armenia's capital is Yerevan. A landlocked country that begins with a B. That would be Laos. Laos's capital is Vietnam. I'm trying to think. Landlocked country. Nepal's no. Landlocked. I'm trying to remember what other landlocked countries there are. Now, Kyrgyzstan's capital is Bishkek. So I think it's C1's Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. Each column contains one country starting with the letter B except column B5. Okay. So, or except column 5. Okay. Guess those all start with a vowel. Okay. So, what other country borders the Bay of Bengal? So, would be India. It's not Bangladesh. Bangladesh can't be here because we already have one B. So that would almost say that Bangladesh would be D2. Yeah, I guess it has to border, because essentially it's Bangladesh, maybe Myanmar. So D2, I'm going to say Bangladesh. L-A-D-E-S-H. Row B contains no landlocked countries. Okay. So then D1, I have to think that's Myanmar, because Myanmar also borders the Bay of Bengal, so Myanmar. C3 borders Thailand. Okay, so C3 borders Thailand and it's landlocked. As again, all countries in row C are landlocked. Now Laos is landlocked and it borders Thailand, so L-A-O-S. Row D contains a 3-word country. Okay, so we know from an earlier hint, where's the one about the, okay, yeah, 3 countries adjacent to E5 border the Persian Gulf. So row D contains, so the United Arab Emirates also begins with a vowel, because all countries in column 5 begin with a vowel, so D5, I will guess United Arab, E-M-I-R-A-T, Emirates. Okay. The country in B3 borders Afghanistan. Okay. So if B3 borders Afghanistan and no country in row B has no landlocked country, so that could be Pakistan. where's that? Do we have it? Okay, the thing about the countries adjacent to A5 border the Caspian Sea. Well, I mean that. Well, if it borders the Caspian Sea, begins with a vowel, and is not landlocked. Iran fits all of those. So for B5, I'm going to say Iran. Alright, so then that. Okay. Another country that borders the Caspian Sea. I'm trying to think, and it's not landlocked. Okay, so the Caspian Sea. That'd be Russia borders the Caspian and is not landlocked. I'm trying to think. Kazakhstan is landlocked. Azerbaijan is landlocked. So for B4, I'm going to say Russia. The Great Caucasus Mountains pass through two countries in this row. Okay. Now, the Caucasus Mountains, that's like Georgia, Azerbaijan. Okay, so I don't know which one though. Alright, trying to think here. But B3, that B is not landlocked. Okay. So I need to think about that. Okay, so if it borders Afghanistan, yeah, country in B3 borders Afghanistan, and it is not landlocked. Borders Afghanistan and is not landlocked. We've already had Iran. I think that's Pakistan. I think Pakistan would be B3. Pakistan. C5 and D5 start with the same letter. Okay, so C5. D5. Okay, so D5 was the United Arab Emirates. So so a landlocked country that starts with a U would be Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan. Okay. The diagonal from top left to bottom right contains one country that borders exactly one other country. Okay. Don't really know about that. Hint. Let's see. Alright, so no. So there has to be a B here. So a B that. Well, there is no B, that's an island. We've already had Bahrain. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let me think. Look at the hints again here. So, next to the adjacent to A1 border sea that connects to the Black Sea or the Mediterranean Sea, and it does not border China. Okay. So, let's see. And there's the thing about the Caucasus Mountains passing. Well, now Georgia fits all those. Georgia borders the Black Sea. The Caucasus Mountains go through it, and it does not border China, so I'm going to say Georgia for B2. The Greater Caucasus Mountain range passes through the country in A4. Okay, so A4. So A4. Alright, so the Caucasus Mountains pass through it and it borders the Caspian Sea. I think A4 would therefore be Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan. Afghanistan. Yeah, Afghanistan borders Pakistan. Afghanistan borders Iran. And it is landlocked. So I think C4 would be Afghanistan. Turkmenistan is not in this quiz. Okay. Alright, so we have So let's see here. Let's see what other country begins with a vowel in A5. Would that be A5? What other vowels are there? Now there's Iraq, there's Israel. I don't know yet. A country, another landlocked country that does not border China. So Mongolia borders China. Turkmenistan's not in the quiz from event in C4. I think, does Kazakhstan border China? I'm trying to remember. I think it's Armenia. Yeah, I think it's Armenia. Armenia does not border China. And it is landlocked. Armenia. Okay, Papua New Guinea is not in this quiz. So we need another okay. Okay, so it needs to, A2, it needs to border the Black or Mediterranean Sea, and it cannot border China for A2. Okay, so I don't know that there's too many countries I could fill in that role right now. Alright, what about an island? Is there another island? So we have Brunei, Sri Lanka, an island. What was the other? There's, okay, the three countries adjacent to E5 border the Persian Gulf. So that could be, that'd be Saudi Arabia. No. I don't know that. What about this? Okay, a country that, so A3, wait, let me think about this. So countries in column 3 border China. We haven't had a B country yet. Bhutan borders China and begins with B, and no other island begins with a B in Asia. So I'm going to say Bhutan for A3. Row A contains two countries that border Egypt. Okay, so it borders Egypt and it begins with a vowel. That would be Israel. And what other country? I don't think Jordan borders. Yeah, because I think Israel goes all the way to the Gulf of Aqaba. So that would be Palestine then. Okay, so E3 shares a land border with exactly one country. E3 shares a land border that shares a land border. So Malaysia's not in the quiz. Now Timor-Leste. Timor is an island country that shares. And let's see here. It borders. I'm going to guess Qatar. Yeah, we only had 7 seconds. I had to guess. Yeah, it was either Qatar or Saudi Arabia for D4. So, okay, so we got through the logic quiz with 7 seconds to spare. So we're off to a good start. We'll go next to the logic quiz for South America. Okay, so this is a logic quiz, but this is essentially like the way the quiz is set up. We're in a country in South America, and then we have to locate whether or not we have or have not visited it. So not visited would be an N, visited would be a V, and C is the current location that we are in. Okay, so we have 6 minutes. Let's start. Okay, visited. You haven't visited the countries that don't share a border with me, Brazil. Or you haven't visited the countries that do not share a border. Okay, so Chile does not border Brazil. And Ecuador does not border Brazil. Okay. The corners of the right side of this puzzle have been visited, so that means we've been to Uruguay and we've been to Venezuela. Okay. Every column has at least one non-visited country. Well, so Peru's the only one left, so it's been non-visited. Okay. Including this one, there are 5 non-visited countries. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, so we have 2 more non-visited. Your current country isn't in this row. Okay, you have visited at least 2. You have visited the country that has 2 capitals, Sucre and La Paz. So La Paz is in Bolivia, 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 Bolivia. So, wait, is it? Every column has at least, okay, so we can't do anything with Paraguay yet. You visited the country who borders both Uruguay and Chile. So that would be Argentina, so that'd be visited. Okay. All but one of the corners have been visited. Alright, so visited, visited, visited. So then Paraguay would be non-visited. Okay. I am adjacent to the only I am adjacent to only non-visited countries. So Colombia would be non-visited. Okay. You have visited the countries that border French Guinea. Okay. So Suriname borders French Guinea. So that'd be visited. And that means we are currently in Guyana. Current. Okay. So, off to a good start. Got 100 on the logic quiz for South America. So let's go to let's do some coloring. We'll do the color consonant quizzes. Okay, so for this quiz, we'll have hints. We have to pick a country that satisfies one of the hints. So there's 12 questions in all. Like I say, this is related to Africa. After this, we'll go to Europe, but we'll do Africa first here. Okay, countries on the equator. So the equator. See, I'm tempted to say Equatorial Guinea, but that might be a misnomer. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is a large country. I think it's a safer pick, so I'll say Democratic Republic of the Congo. say Seychelles. Countries of less than 2 million people. See, I don't. I'm going to say Eswatini. Countries with 2-word capital. So Benin. Well, so Ethiopia is a D. So yeah, Ethiopia works. Ethiopi. Countries on the Nile. So let's go Egypt. Countries with Portuguese as the official language. So I know Angola and Mozambique. I think Cabo Verde, but we've already guessed Cabo Verde, so I'm going to say Angola. Countries ending with the same letter as their capital city. Okay, so Eritrea ends with an A, and the capital is Asmara, I believe, which ends with an A, so I'll go Eritrea. Sahara country, so again we could say Algeria. Countries on UTC time, so that's the United Kingdom, so I'm going to guess Senegal. Countries bordering the Atlantic Ocean, so Cameroon. Countries blue in their flag, so Botswana has blue in its flag. Botswana. And the final country, that is Malawi. Okay, so we got 12 out of 12, so I'm off to a good start. Now we'll head north to Europe. Okay, so now we'll do a similar quiz, except this time we're in Europe. I have to answer the questions correctly here. Alright, see how it goes. Top 7 countries by population. So I think Russia has the largest population, so I'll say Russia. Countries containing land. Well, there's Poland. Countries in the Alps. Well, so we have Liechtenstein, Liechtenstein. Countries bordering France. So we have Belgium. Monarchies. I believe there's a famous photo in Norway where the king was in like the subway, or I don't know. I forget the king's, but I believe Norway would work. Former Soviet states, so we have Moldova. Highest point is under 1,000 meters. I'm going to guess Malta. Malta is an island country. 8-letter capital city. Well, let's see, it's Prague, you know. What about Hungary? Budapest, Budapest. Yeah, Hungary works. Countries 10 plus letters long. So North Macedonia would work. North MACE. Yeah. Countries with yellow, gold, orange in their flags. Albania and Greece would not work. So Bulgaria wouldn't work. I think Portugal has some yellow in its flag. Countries ending in IA, well, that'd be Bulgaria. Final country country, so that would be Greece. Greece, 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 Greece. Okay, so we've painted Europe. So now let's see. What other countries could we, or sorry, not countries, what other quizzes could we do? We could stay in Europe and do the Neighbors of Germany quiz. Okay, so this is a quiz where we have to click the countries that do not share a border with Deutschland. So we only have 45 seconds, so I'll have to be very, very quick. Alright. So Lithuania, Andorra, Russia, Sweden, Romania, United Kingdom, Estonia, Serbia, Slovakia, Hungary, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Ukraine, Croatia, Latvia, Belarus, Liechtenstein, Finland, United States, Slovenia, Bulgaria, Norway, Monaco. Okay, so we were able to go through those. So yeah, so Germany has a lot of neighbors. Belgium, Poland, Netherlands, Denmark, France, Austria, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Czechia. Okay, so for this quiz, we'll have images and we have to say what continent they're part of. Hopefully they don't cheat and give us Russia, but we'll see. We have 2 minutes. Alright. So that looks like Guatemala, so that would be 2 for North America. Ukraine would be 5 for Europe. Looks like Namibia, that'd be 4 for Africa. That would be 5, that's Norway, that's Switzerland, that's Morocco, that'd be 4. Israel would be 3 for Asia. Looks like Haiti, that'd be 2 for North America. Looks like Malaysia, that would be 3 for Asia. Looks like Japan, that'd be 3 for Asia. That's Chad, I believe, that'd be 4 for Africa. Madagascar, that'd be 4 for Africa. Looks like Ireland, that'd be 5 for Europe. Deutschland would be 5 for Europe. Papua New Guinea would be 1 for Oceania. Okay, so, and again, the barbecue, the quiz creator was barbecue, so we did well. So, try to think what other quizzes. So we did. I'll have try to think. We'll do a lake quiz and then a British overseas territory quiz. So do that next. Alright, so we're going to jump into the lake. Hopefully don't get wet in this quiz. So we name a lake that fits one of the or that satisfies the categories, but we only have 30 seconds, so I'll have to make a quick go of it. Right, lake in North America, Erie. 1,000 meters deep, that'd be Caspian. Lake sharing name. There's Lake Malawi. Loch greater than, I'll say Ness. Feeder lake to the Nile, that'd be Lake Victoria. Okay, so yeah, I say it's close. Had 11 seconds to spare. So Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario are the Great Lakes in North America. Lakes over 1,000 meters deep. Baikal in Russia, Tanganyika, Africa, and then Caspian. Lake sharing the name of the country Malawi, Chad, or Nicaragua. Loch, so Ness, Lamond, or Moore. Feeder lake to the Nile River, be Victoria, Goyoga, Albert, or Dana. So, next we'll go to the British British Overseas Territory Quiz. Okay, so for the United Kingdom viewers, 5-1 blitz British territories. Pick the British Overseas Territories that fit into each category. So 15 questions in a minute. We'll see what happens. 5 Caribbean and North Ocean Atlantic. So it'll be Anguilla, Bermuda, the British Islands, Cayman Islands, Montserrat, fit 4 capitals of British overseas, so that'd be Cockburn Town, Hamilton, Stanley, King Edward Point. 3 South Atlantic, so that'd be the Falklands, the South Georgia, and then St. Helena. That's where Napoleon was sentenced. 2 islands in the depopulated Chagos Archipelago, that'd be Barros, Manos, and the Solomon Atoll. And then the one Pacific would be the Pitcairn Islands. Okay, so we know our British overseas ocean territories. I am surprised that the British Indian Ocean Territory didn't fit into this, but can't fit them all, I guess. Okay, so now go on to the next quiz. Okay, so last but certainly not least, I have a quiz for the United States viewers. So this is a U.S. state capital quiz. So they'll give us the name of a capital, and we have to click on the correct dot. So I should do well on this. I haven't been to all the capitals, but I've been to the states, so I should be able to do really well on this. We'll see though. Okay, so Santa Fe is the capital of New Mexico. Little Rock is the capital of Arkansas. Olympia is the capital of Washington State. Providence is the capital of Rhode Island. Hartford is the capital of Connecticut. Columbia is the capital of South Carolina. Bismarck is the capital of North Dakota. Personal fun fact, North Dakota was the last state I visited to reach the 50, but alright. St. Paul is the capital of Minnesota. Raleigh is the capital of North Carolina. Topeka is the capital of Kansas. Columbus is the capital of Ohio. Charleston is the capital of West Virginia. Austin is the capital of Texas. Boston is the capital of Massachusetts. Harrisburg is the capital of Pennsylvania. Carson City is the capital of Nevada. Trenton is the capital of New Jersey. Albany is the capital of New York. Helena, Alabama. Honolulu is the capital of Hawaii. Lincoln is the capital of Nebraska. Des Moines is the capital of Iowa. Jefferson City is the capital of Missouri. Denver is the capital of Colorado. Sacramento is the capital of California. Nashville is the capital of Tennessee. Salt Lake City is the capital of Utah. Oklahoma City is the capital of Oklahoma. Boise is the capital of Idaho. Salem is the capital of Oregon. Tallahassee is the capital of Florida. Pierre is the capital of South Dakota. Springfield is the capital of Illinois. Phoenix is the capital of Arizona. Juneau is the capital of Alaska. Annapolis is the capital of Maryland. Cheyenne is the capital of Wyoming. Concord is the capital of New Hampshire. Richmond is the capital of Virginia. Madison is the capital of Wisconsin. Montpelier is the capital of Vermont. Jackson is the capital of Mississippi. Lansing is the capital of Michigan. Dover is the capital of Delaware. Atlanta is the capital of Georgia. Frankfurt Augusta is the capital of Maine. Indianapolis is the capital of Indiana. And finally, the capital of Louisiana is Baton Rouge. So, I won't have to pronounce citizenship. I got all the state capitals correct. So, alright. And we'll conclude it there. This is A Stats MR. Wishing that your efforts have a positive correlation with the results. So long and good luck. Okay, so now for a quiz for the Canadian viewers, we'll do the provincial capitals of Canada. So hopefully I can do well on this. The big key for this will be spelling on some of these, but alright, let us begin. Okay, capital of British Columbia is Victoria. Newfoundland and Labrador is St. John's. Capital of Quebec is Quebec City. Capital of New Brunswick is Fredericton. Okay, capital of Saskatchewan is Regina. Capital of Prince Edward Island is Charlottetown. Charlotte. Capital of Nunavut is Iqaluit. Okay. Capital of Manitoba is Winnipeg. Capital of Northwest Territories is, I think it's Yellowknife. Okay. Capital of Alberta is Edmonton. Capital of Ontario is Toronto. Capital of Nova Scotia is Halifax. Capital of Yukon is I think it's Whitewash. Okay. Yeah, so again, I had to get the spelling right on Equaluit. I can't pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It's like I say, most words in English, the Q has to be followed by U, or it's not. I say it's a Inuit language, so like I said, but eventually we got there. Had a few misspellings, but okay. On to the next quiz. Okay, so I'm returning with another quiz. So I started putting the video together, and it wasn't 1 hour long. So I'm doing another logic quiz to hopefully put it over an hour in length. So this is a logic quiz, but it's over the Americas, both North, South America. So we're gonna give this a run, see how it goes. Okay. So you'll find the 4 most populous countries in the 4 corners. The Aztec Empire and the Yucatan Peninsula are found in 1A, so that would be Mexico. All countries in column 5 have capitals starting with B. Okay, so the most populous countries in the Americas are Mexico, Brazil, United States, and I believe Colombia. Is up there too. So Colombia's capital is Bogota, Brazil's capital is Brasilia, but I don't know which one, so that means E1 would be the United States. Los Estados Unidos. Alright, so E1 to A5 diagonal, every country borders both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Now, Colombia, its capital starts with B. At Bogota, it also borders the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean, so A5 would be Colombia, which means E5 would be Brazil. Okay. In row C, you'll find all countries in the Americas which border exactly one other country. Okay, so Canada borders only the United States. Also, with E5, column 3 and 4 each contain one country where the French is the official language. So, English and French are the official languages in Canada. So, and Canada borders the Pacific and Atlantic. So I think with the 3 hints, C3 is Canada. Alright. Now, row C, you'll find 3 countries in the Americas which border exactly one other country. So, okay, so Haiti borders the Dominican Republic only on the island of Hispaniola. Also, Haiti, I believe, this could be right, I believe Creole and French are official languages. So I'm going to say Haiti for C4. Now, the capitals of column 2 countries start with an S. Okay, so on the island of Hispaniola, Haiti borders the Dominican Republic, and the Dominican Republic borders Haiti. So that would fit the hint in A5. Also, the capital of the Dominican Republic is Santo Domingo, I believe. So that would fit the hint in C4. So C2, I'm going to say Dominican Republic. Okay, D3 is in North America. Okay, E3 is in South America. Okay. So then that means row E contains, so it's not, so E3 would not be Chile. So the southernmost point, I believe, is the Tierra del Fuego, which is in Chile. Also, the capital of Chile is Santiago. So E2, I am going to say, is Chile. Alright. D2 is in Central America. Okay. Alright, so we have to think about this. So a Central American country that borders both the Atlantic and the Pacific and whose capital starts with an S. So San Jose, or Costa Rica's capital is San Jose. So I'm going to guess San Jose is D2. Or no, sorry, Costa Rica is D2. Or, yeah. Okay, so D3 and E3 are separated by less than 10 miles of water. But the two countries do not share a land border. And then we had the other hint. What was it? D3 is in North America and E3 is in South America. Okay, so I believe this is Trinidad and Tobago for D3. Trinidad and Tobago. Which means E3 would be Venezuela. Okay, so, alright, row B contains the only country in North America that borders the Pacific Ocean but no other ocean. So that would be El Salvador. Now, El Salvador's capital is San Salvador, so I'm going to guess El Salvador for B2. Okay. B contains, okay, so we satisfied that. Okay, row E contains I'm trying to think what other countries start with an S for the capital. So if we look at, Cuba, no, that's Havana. Dominica would be Roseau. Grenada. That's St. George, but I think Antigua and Barbuda is at St. George. I can't get it. I'd be guessing at that point. Okay, well, let's see if there's any other hints. Okay. Now what about this one? On the E1 to A5 diagonal, every country borders both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. So we've already guessed. Alright, so that would be Central. So we have Mexico, we have United States, we have Canada. We would have. I'm trying to think what else. There'd be Nicaragua. We already have Costa Rica, so Nicaragua or Panama. So Nicaragua or Panama. Is there any for B4? Capital, and was there something about? Okay, well, that's like the Andes Mountains run through E4, which also owns the Galapagos, hint in B2, so E4 would be Ecuador. Okay, Paraguay is not in this quiz. Columns 1 through 4 contain no countries with B capitals. Okay, so now D2. D4 is landlocked. Now Paraguay is landlocked, however, it's not in this quiz. So that would lead me to believe that D4 is Bolivia. A3 is the only country in the Americas with Dutch as the official language. So that would be Suriname. Row A contains no multi-word countries. Okay. So, Antigua and Barbuda, I believe the capital is St. John's. However, that's a multi-word country, so then that leads me to believe that A2 would be Grenada, whose capital is St. George, I believe. So I'm going to say A2 is Grenada. Belize is in this quiz, but it's not adjacent to Brazil or Colombia. Okay, now, so it's Colombia. Okay, so it can't be B5 and it can't be D5. Now C5. Now Belize's capital is Belmopan, so I think that would lead to C5 being Belize. Okay, each row contains exactly one country starting with the letter C. Okay, so E is Chile, D is Costa Rica, C is Canada. Alright, 5 is Colombia. So, trying to think what other C country starts with the C that we haven't had yet. Is there a country that starts with C but whose capital? Wait. C, let's see here. I'm trying to look at the hints again. We have, okay, E, that's here. Capitals and columns 2. Okay, we have already done the C4 hint. Each row contains exactly one. Okay, we're looking at that now. Trinidad and Tobago. Wait. Okay, row B S at this point. Each row contains, so that's Nicaragua or Panama. So that means there has to be a C country. Now there's Cuba. Now Cuba's capital is Havana. I'm trying to think if there's any other C. Is there any other C? Chile, but we've already had Chile here. Okay, so it can't be Cuba cannot be in B5 because the capital does not start with B. Cuba does not border the Pacific, so it cannot be in B4. So I'm going to say B3 is Cuba. Row D contains 3 countries in South America. 3 countries in South America. Okay. And D1 does not border D5. Okay. So now Argentina's capital is Buenos Aires, which starts with B. So I'm going to say D5 is Argentina. The odd numbered cells of row B are island nations. Okay, so we have Jamaica, Cuba. So an island nation whose capital starts with B. So Barbados' capital is Bridgetown, so I'll say Barbados for B5. A country adjacent to D2 contains the longest canal in Latin America. Okay, so this is D2, so that means it's either one of the C1 or D1. Now, from the earlier hint, D1 and D5 are both in South America. So that would lead me to believe that C1 is Panama. So then, this country contains every country in Central America except Honduras and Guatemala. Okay. So we've had... So that's Panama. So then that means, so earlier I was saying B4 would be either Panama or Nicaragua. So we've already had Panama, so that means Nicaragua is B4, Nicaragua. So that means, okay, so we know earlier that it has to be in South America and not border Argentina. Now, the issue with that is that could be, we haven't had Guyana, we haven't had Peru, Guyana, Peru, we've already had Ecuador. Yeah, Ecuador is an E4, so that'd be Guyana or Peru. I don't really want to guess. Alright, so we're down to, okay, I need to think about this. Guyana or Peru. So is there any other hints? Okay, all countries. So the capital of Guyana is Georgetown. The capital of Peru is Lima. So the S and B capital hints don't really help. So the hint in A3, row A contains no multi-word countries. Well, neither Guyana or Peru are multi-word. Row C, you'll find 3 countries. Okay, we have all the row C's. 5, 4, corners. So we've done that. And B1. Andy's run through E4. We have done that. Row D contains 3 countries. Considering that now. A country adjacent to D2 contains a long. Okay, we've already done that. Panama. This quiz contains every country in Central America. That doesn't. D3 is in North America. Okay, we've done that. Contains. Okay, we've done the C3 hint. Hint C4. The capitals going to start with S. So we've already done all of column 2. Each row contains exactly 1 country starting with C. So we have a C in every row now. done the D3, row B. Okay, so we've done the D3 and A3 is only, okay, we did D4, Argentina. No country beginning with Saint is in this quiz. Okay, so that eliminates Saint Kitts. St. Lucia and the Caribbean nations. Okay, we did the diagonal. D2 is in Central America. D4. Okay, we did D2 and D4. Machu Picchu. It's in column 4. Okay, we did that. Paraguay's not in this quiz. Column 3 and 4 contain one country. Okay, we've done that. Okay, so say something about all the countries in South America. South America. I thought I read something South America. South America. Looking for the row C, you'll find all the. Okay. South America. South America. South America. Contains. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to just guess. I'm going to guess that D1 is Guyana. Guyana is known for the land of the 6 people. Okay. Now, find Machu Picchu. The country nearest to the Falkland Islands is blue. Okay. So Machu Picchu. Gonna be Peru. Okay. So we got 100% there. So I say there was a lucky guess between Guyana and Peru. So, all right, and on to the